Welcome back. Our next guest is an obstetrician and gynecologist, New York Times columnist, and author of The Vagina Bible and the soon-to-be-released Menopause Manifesto. Dr. Jen Gunter joins me now to talk periods. What a great topic. Let's start with the culture of shame around periods and debunk some common myths. So I'm going to start with this. Roman naturalist Pliny the Elder wrote one of the first encyclopedias of natural history and stated, "Contact with the monthly flux of women turns new wine sour, makes crops wither, dries seeds in gardens, causes the fruit of trees to fall off, dims the bright surface of mirrors, dulls the edge of steel and the gleam of ivory, kills bees, rusts iron and bronze." My goodness, doctor, who knew our periods were so powerful?
I know, right? You've just listed like a whole bunch of ex-women powers.
You know, it's created a real culture of shame around periods. So what can we do to try and change this, do you think?
Well, I think the first thing to do is exactly what we're doing right now, is talking about it.
Yeah.
So when you don't talk about something, the implication is that it's shameful. So, using the words, saying menstruation, saying periods, talking about how it's a totally normal bodily function and there's nothing toxic about it. It's simply part of the normal reproductive cycle.
That's right. When we have the talks in our house, the talks are for my daughter and my son. Everyone's going to get to talk about the periods in our house because everyone needs to know. So let's talk about some of the myths and misconceptions. I'm going to start with this one. Your periods sync up with other women around you. I thought this was true. Is it not?
It's not true at all. No. Yeah, I think, the thing is, most of us just remember the times when we are having our menstrual cycle at the same time as somebody else, and we don't forget all the other times we're not. But that's been studied, and it's not true.
How about this one? Getting a period every month means you are fertile.
No, not at all. Your menstrual period isn't an indicator of fertility per se. Certainly having a regular menstrual cycle like clockwork every sort of 28-ish days tells us that that parts of the reproductive tract are functioning fine, but it doesn't tell us about all of the reproductive tract. And so there could be other causes of infertility that are completely independent of the menstrual cycle.
How about this one? It's not healthy to skip periods using birth control.
Yeah, that's one that I think is really promoted by so-called sort of natural period gurus. I don't make up the terms. I'm just reporting on it. No, it's totally fine to take hormonal contraception and not have periods. That's been well studied. And in fact, what's happening to the lining of your uterus is the same thing that's happening when you're pregnant. The lining of the uterus just gets very, very thin. So there's no harm in it at all.
Now, there is something wrong if you get a bout of diarrhea with your period. Is that true?
This is my favorite one to talk about because no one talks about period diarrhea, which is a total thing, which I suffered from as a teen and an adult for many years and only realized it was normal when I went to medical school. That's how much the culture of shame is about it. So when you menstruate, you release substances called prostaglandins, and they also stimulate your bowel, and that gives you diarrhea. So about 13% of women have menstrual diarrhea. But every single time I talk about it, somebody tweets me or sends me a message or stops me, back in the olden days when we used to see people in person, they stop me and they say, "Hey, I thought I was the only one." That's how impressive that culture of shame is.
Oh, yeah, we really got to bust through that. Let's talk more about diarrhea and periods. We should all be talking about this stuff. How about this one? This will be the last one. You should not swim or take a bath while menstruating.
No, it's totally fine. So I'm not exactly sure how this myth started. I think a lot of people think that when you have a bath, like the water goes up into your vagina and into your uterus, which is sort of not the case. The water doesn't get in your vagina. So I think that might be where it comes out. But it's totally fine to have a bath, take a shower, go swimming, do whatever you want while you're on your period.
Oh my gosh, do it all. Anything it takes to make yourself feel better, go do it. Thank you so much. Dr. Gunter, always great information. Appreciate it. Stay safe out there.
Thank you. You too.